Juan Martin Vittor. I am a civil engineering student, and with my partner, Christian Heit, who is civil engineering student too, will talk about the use of permeable concrete to regulate the efficiency of watersheds in urban areas. It's known that paved surface have increased in the last years, and it's a fact that many people decide to live in large cities searching for a better quality of life. But we don't stop to think how this increase of impervious surface affects the natural watersheds and their flow. The reduction of water that is filtrated by the ground not only affects the natural water levels, but also it has an important impact on the environment. The high growth of waterproof areas makes the water increase their velocity runoff, generating erosion issues, and besides, many pollutants can be transported by runoff to rivers, lakes, and seas, and this can affect the ecosystem. Solving these problems will contribute to achieve the grand challenge, restore and improve urban infrastructure, proposed by the American National Academy of Engineering. One of the possible solutions to these problems is the use of permeable concrete. This is a special concrete that have interconnected cavities inside it that allow the water move through them until it is absorbed by the ground. This presentation is developed in the following manner. Firstly, the main and most important properties, density and porosity and permeability will be addressed. In the second place, the environmental benefits, hydraulic performance, heat island effect mitigation, traffic noise reduction, and skid resistant improvement will be addressed. And then some application that would become a solution will be shown. Finally, the principal test and maintenance activities will be introduced. Now, I'm going to start with compressive strength. This property can be easily modified because it depends on the water cement ratio, blinder content, and compaction method. Although there is no standardized method to run mechanical behavior studies according to ECPM standard, some investigations show the compressive strength ranging from 500 PCI to 4,000 PCI, with statistical mean close to 2,500 PCI. The truth is this property is very poor compared with traditional equipment. For the reason, the application where it can be used are reduced. The next property are density and porosity. Density is directly related to the number of voids that make up its structure and the type of coarse aggregate used. The normal range is from 100 pounds per cubic foot to 125 pounds per cubic foot. On the other hand, porosity is also related to the number of voids due to the lack of fine aggregate decrease its porosity compared with normal concrete. Moreover, the type and size of coarse aggregate added to the number of volts and added to the phase volume, sorry, and the consistency are fundamental factor that control the porosity degree. Finally, the last property is permeability. It's one of the fundamental properties of this kind of concrete because it determines the quantity of water that is filtrated through its void structure. Generalized, the normal range oscillates between 3 gallons per minute and 8 gallons per square foot per minute. Although it can change with the number and size of bolts. This property is responsible to regulate the storm roads and paved surface and store water until it is absorbed by the soil, regulating the natural watersheds. Besides, it allows the concrete work like bypass, decreasing the pressure on the stormwater management system and helping to reduce the risk of flooding. And the next topic is environmental benefits. It's composed of 4 benefits. I am talking about the first 2, and then Christian will continue with the rest of the presentation. The first benefit is hydraulic performance. It depends on the porosity degree, its permeability and compaction degree, as well as the use of additives can improve its durability. The employ of permeable concrete, as already said, contribute to regulate stormwater runoff and provide resilience to the transportation system. But apart from that, it reduces the entry of pollutants like salt, motor oils, and fuels. Due to these pollutants remain stick to its structure until its degradation. The second benefit is heat island effect mitigation. The effect is generated by the high density of buildings in urban areas due to buildings and dark surface absorb solar radiation, elevating the ambient temperature, and as a result, affects the life of human beings. The implementation of permeable concrete contribute to reduce the heat island effects due to its light color and its open pore structure allow the hot airflow getting in its structure until to be dissipated. As a result, we obtain an increase in the quality of life and a decrease in energy costs for air conditioning. Christian?
Okay, following with this presentation, another very important benefit of this material is traffic noise reduction. Noise pollution is a factor that can be controlled by permeable concrete. This pollution is produced in places with a lot of traffic or people and cars traffic, since the sound cannot be absorbed by the traditional materials. For example, the traditional concrete produce sound up to the 110 decibels, while the permeable concrete only up to the 98 decibels. However, over the years, permeable concrete were developed using special aggregates and additives, reducing the compression layer and also increase the acoustic absorptions up to the 48 decibels. This shows that the permeable concrete have a high acoustic absorption that is related to the size and type of aggregates, and their porosity, cement content, and the thickness of the compression layer. The last benefit of using this concrete is squeeze resistant improvement. Permeable concrete have a great squeeze resistance, which depend on some properties such as the degree of its porosity, density, uniformity, water cement ratio, size aggregates, and its permeability. These properties increase their coefficient of friction of this material. The squeeze resistance is a factor that should be considered for design parking lots, roads, or sidewalks, as they improve their safety by avoiding the formation of the water mirrors or surface racing that cause or generates some accidents, error planning on routes, operational interruptions. In addition, the research showed that the blast form slag improve the performance of these benefits as increase its permeability, compressive strength, and slip resistance, making the application surface more efficient. Okay, this is where the principal benefit that this concrete cover offer. Now I am going to talk about some application of this material. Permeable concrete has many applications. In building, it is used in walls to improve the thermal insulations or as an acoustic sound barrier. Signs absorb the sound waves very well. However, this material is more used in sidewalk, parking lots, or roads because have a great drainage and filtration capacity. Among other applications, this material can be used for greenhouse floors, tennis courts, so areas in sidewalls, or slope stabilizations. However, in some structures, it is necessary to take into account the areas where the permeable concrete must be reinforced by steel bars because these bars can corrode due to the interconnected voids in the matrix, allowing the water to seep through. On the other hand, for permeable concrete to have an adequate performance, they must be processed correctly, paying attention to some factors such as the placement time of mixture, its consolidations, the development of the expansion joints, and proper curing. In general, permeable concrete is composed by 4 layers. The first of all, there is the compacted soil that supports the different surface loads. The second layers, just steel is placed to contain the upper layer and allow the water filtration. The third layer, called drainage layer, is composed by stones of different sizes that accumulate the excess rainwater inside and retain the surface pollutants. Finally, the upper layer is permeable concrete, which has already developed its principal characteristics and properties. This is where the principal applications. Now I will talk about the inspection and maintenance of this material. Like all materials, it is necessary to carry out an adequate maintenance and inspections to prolong its useful life. The testing and inspections of concrete is very important for its properties and characteristics to develop correctly and to be functional. For the tests, specimens are made according to some requirements, such as the weight must be the 80 kilogram per cubic meter, and the thickness or the height must not be less than the 13 millimeter of design thickness. In general terms, the permeable concrete doesn't need a lot of maintenance. However, the surface must be kept clean so as not to obstruct the interconnected porous structure, since particles of sands, leaves, and rocks can infiltrate into the voids and impede the free flow of water, reducing the effectiveness of this material. Okay. Finally, to conclude with these presentations, we can say that the use of the permeable concrete improves the regulation capacity of watersheds in urban areas, reducing flooding and increasing the water filtrations to the ground, thanks to its excellent properties such as its permeability and porosity. In addition, the performance of this concrete improves every year due to the advancement of technology and new farming techniques, allowing cover more applications. To close the presentations and for everything developed in this paper, we believe that this concrete is one of the best alternatives in the market, that should be considered in the future urban development, or to solve some problems that affect the human life or ecosystems, since they are friendly to the environment and offer excellent benefits with high performance. Okay, that is all. Thanks for the attention.